our way. I don't even know where we're going. Steve wanted to go see the thoroughbreds tonight at Penn National, so we're going to Penn National. We had a little bite to eat after the sale. Pretty easy day overall. Actually, an action-packed day. I'm going to break it all down for you in a second. We're going to talk about the horses first that raced today because I want to lead with them. We had a great day at the office, even though I wasn't in the office today. Much like most people working from home, but I was working from another place. Why is that telling me to do that and that's telling me to do that?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
I would ignore this.
I'm gonna. What do we have today? We had Delicious Stone DK, who I thought raced very, very good today. Put the hobbles back on him. They actually looked a little bit tight, maybe, but it's not the end of the world. I thought he raced well. You're going to see him be a little weak on the end of it until we just get him right. Right? With that, he did bleed a little bit his last start, and, that's going to be a little less and less and less and less every time. If we race every 2 weeks like we did tonight or 10 days, work on him hard, understand the issues, the underlying issues, that will get better and better and better. And as I said to everybody, at some point down the road, not the far distant future, but at some point in the future, we'll see a much, much better Delicious Stone DK emerge. But it's going to be a step-by-step process. It's not going to be something we can fix overnight. I thought he raced well. I thought, actually, Chris Lems drove all the horses really good today. And Brett Beckwith drove Greatest Ending very good. Looked like a real miserable day at Plainridge. Muddy today. The defender's on. He was a winner in 52 or 53, I think. And looked good. I know somebody's going to say, well, he's supposed to win that class. But is he? Those aren't slouches in the non-winners at 10. And as I said to everybody, yes, we paid top dollar for this horse, and he will get to where we need him to go. But you can't make it. You can't force it. It can't happen overnight. Mark and Melissa did a great job figuring out the foot issues and getting them all squared away. And now you're going to see the fruits of that labor, so to speak, come to fruition over the next, hopefully into the Meadowlands meet is what I'd like to see. So a great race from him. So we had a great race from Delicious Stone DK, a third, but raced well. We had a win from Greatest Ending, and a win is a win. It's dark over here, right? And then two great races. Unique Style raced very good. In fact, I guess I have to be honest, probably better than I thought he would. I thought he'd race okay, but he just got picked off. And actually, for those of you that are really paying attention, Sean Johnson, who is the trainer, owner, and driver of Valley Dory, who won the race, bought that horse and left that horse with us in Ontario the last 3 weeks. He made a break in the final of the pop-up series, and I felt bad about that. I wasn't over there, and I don't really know the horse. Dominic did a great job, I'm sure, with him, but Valley Dory is the one that beat us at the wire today with Unique Style. So even though we got beat, I was happy to see that Sean won with his filly, and that is starting to all work out also. So really happy there. And then Cupid Express raced her butt off and just got picked off the wire. So Chris Lems, a great job today. He had a third with Delicious Stone and a second with Unique Style and another second with Cupid Express. A win with Greatest Ending in Plainridge, and that caps off 4 starts, a win, 2 seconds, and a third today in the stable.ca. Now, we got up this morning. Didn't really get in rush mode, and I don't think we will again tomorrow either.
Starts at 11.
Starts at 11? Oh, it's going to be a sleep-in day tomorrow. I told you guys I got here with low stress, and that has continued through the whole sale. We didn't get everything we wanted. I talked about the low points. We didn't get 3 points, brother. We didn't get the chimpanzee colt that I wanted, but we got almost everything, and certainly filled in those gaps that we needed. We got that Ontario-bred trotting filly in the muscle mass filly from Alabama. We got what else did we get? The Pennsylvania Trotters that we needed so bad. We got all of them. And actually, you can thank Amy McDonald. Those of you who are Indiana clients, you can thank Amy because she so astutely saw that there was actually a really nice Indiana-bred trotting colt going through the ring today. And although she looked at me and she goes, "This is a nice horse," I said, "Amy, you set the rules here. I can't buy a horse. I can't buy a yearling. I'm full. I got 7. I'm all full up." Oh, one of those little... Why don't they just put a sign up? Rather than have a giant speed bump the size of a mountain, just say, hey, maybe hit the brakes. Well, maybe pump the brakes.
This is the same spot.
Same spot we were airborne the other day. So the pastor Stephen is a brother. If you guys, many of you watch Per Lucky's races, same as I do. He raced against a horse in Kentucky and Minnesota named Chip Plosive. Really, really nice horse. This was a Pastor Stephen, and Pastor Stephen's a full brother to Father Patrick, right? Mm-hmm. Pastor Stephen, first crop. A Pastor Stephen brother to Chip Plosive, and a good-looking horse. Nice video, nice-looking horse, and you can thank Amy. She signed for the horse, and top marks to the 3 clients that actually emailed me and said, hey, that was a nice purchase Amy made, or hey, is the horse Amy just bought going to be on the site? 3 people, nothing gets by you 3. Within minutes, saw it right away. So yes, what's his name, Amy, your horse that you bought from Indiana?
The priest.
The priest. The priest is going to be going on the website tomorrow if it's not already up. So we got the Indiana bred. Now, one of the most interesting things that happened all day, as it generally does when Steve and I get together at a sale, involves Steve and myself in a very similar setting. So I had said to Steve going there, you know what I'd like? I'd like an international money stallion share. Just because we do have mares, I do like the horse. We were hard to get into him last year, and although I think this year might be a little easier, there's no slam dunks. I don't know if we're going to get into him for sure. You don't. Steve doesn't. It used to be nice to get one. First one goes through the ring for 22. Steve was the underbidder. Next one goes through the ring. Steve buys the horse for 20,000. The share, the stallion share. So rewind a second. A stallion share, for those of you who don't know, gives you the right to 1 breeding to that stallion for his lifetime. That's what every year you get to breed 1 mare to that stallion for the horse's lifetime. So Steve buys the second one for 20. I thought it was a great deal. Really good pickup, and we're happy. I'm happy for him, but I'm also happy because there's 2 more left. Was there 2 or 3? 2. Mm-hmm. There was 2. There was 2 more left. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, we always talk about storylines in the sale. The first, so Green Shoes stud fee is still 25 theoretically today, right?
Yeah, I guess. But
all right, 2022. 2022 it was 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clearly going to go down.
So the way that they generally work it out is 3 times the stud fee is generally what the share will go for. They're saying in 3 years you could pay for the share. So 3 times the stud fee, right?
That's the sale there.
Well, it says go this way.
Oh, okay.
So 3 times the stud fee is generally what it was. So theoretically, now we'll all call a spade a spade. Green Shoes had a terrible year. He just has. I hope he bounces back next year. Our best mare and 2 of our better mares are in full to Green Shoe. So 3 times that would be 75,000. Now, obviously, that is going to be grossly discounted because of the year he had. This one sold for 13,000. Now, obviously, the people are still a little sheepish. Just because that's a grossly discounted price doesn't mean it's still a price you want.
They come in for 60.
Yeah, it was 15.
Oh, it was 15?
Yeah,
oh, I apologize. 15. So it went for 15. Well, what happened shortly thereafter, and I don't know if it happened right at that time or not, but the other 2 or 3, was it 3 or 2? The other 2 stallion shares, I believe, were pulled.
Scratched.
They were instantly pulled. Now, I could be wrong, or maybe there's a syndicate manager out there, or maybe there's a syndicate person out there that'll set the record straight. But from where I was sitting, the other 2 shares were immediately pulled. I was still waiting for the other 2 international monies anyway. So the international money stallion share comes in the ring, and I buy mine for 13,000. So immediately, of course, Steve, because he's so level-headed, he took it in stride. Never said a word. He blows a gasket.
Did I blow a gasket?
Yes, quietly you did.
No. What I said was, oh my God, you're so effing lucky. It's unbelievable. But I wasn't inside,
watching him,
for you.
watching his skin boil.
For myself.
Watching his skin boil. So he's like livid. He's like livid. But they screwed up, I think. Now again,
I think.
If there's, I don't want to be too presumptuous.
Oh, I will be.
They bring the ticket over. It says Green Shoe on it. Now I'm thinking to myself, 13,000. I don't really care. Either of them, I don't care. I said, ma'am, I'll happily take the Green Shoe breeding for 13, but I'm pretty sure the Green Shoe breeding was pulled, and I bought an international money breeding share. Are you sure? 100% positive. I'm certain I heard them say they pulled it. And because it happens once in a while, people make mistakes at sales and buy the wrong things. It happens. I've seen it.
Well, it doesn't happen.
I've seen it happen from time to time. Once in a while, it'll happen. Good people that are generally smart people will make mistakes and buy the wrong horse. It happens.
Yes.
So, and this isn't even a horse. This isn't a horse standing in front of you. This is a piece of paper. Anybody could do that. So the lady looks at me, says, "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm certain." She brings it up. They pause the sale. They come back.
Long pause.
Long pause. It says 19,000, scratched out like somebody was angry and scratched it out, signed it, and I got it for 13. In my mind, what I believe happened was they sold the wrong share, and because this all took place, they had to give it to me for 13. Because the next one sold for 19, right? Very next one. And I don't understand. You're talking about 3 breedings, 3 pieces of paper. How could they possibly be 20, 22, 20, 13, 19? I could see 22. I had bought James, and James was mad at me. There was 4 breedings. Not here? Yep. Oh, wait. Nope. It says right here. Nope. So there was 4 breedings to Tactical Landing in the sale. And James, because he made a lot of money driving this year, thought that he would invest in a breeding set, in a styling chair. Probably a smart move. Somebody must have told him. There's no way he came up with that. So. Yeah. So I'm like, James, I said the Captain Corey one, but it went for 40, which I thought was maybe a little high. I didn't buy it. I said, James, I've been watching the Tactical Landing shares all year long. It was that one. That's the one to Starbucks. That's the one to the track. Anyway, we'll go back. Oh, there's one right here. It's at the mall, right there. That's where it was telling us to go. Amy and I have gone to that one. We'll just wheel around and we'll go to the mall. What's going on here? It just had a stroke, the GPS that literally.
I don't think there's any getting off of that mall right now.
There's no going back to the mall?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll find us one on the way then. You're up, Starbucks, on the way.
Union Deposits. It's where you're going to be in 2 seconds.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Is there? Okay, well, we'll go to that one. So, the first share of Tactical Landing goes for $95,000, which Steve's right. That was probably a run-up to set the bar. I've watched them all summer long sell from $80,000 to $90,000. That's just what they've been selling for. Again, that's one of the hottest studs in racing right now is Tactical Landing. We were lucky. We get into the ground floor with some mares that are worth money now because of it. But it's expensive now. The second one goes through the ring for $82,000. I buy it for James. The third one goes for $75,000. The last one goes for $70,000. Now, James is pissed at me. And I said, well, James, you don't get the horses. You don't get the shares for that amount. You still have to bid against the other people that bought them. And I think they were probably just... Is this us here?
Union Deposits the next one.
Yeah, I know. I don't think there's any need to really beep at people, is there? Like, is there a need for that? Did people generally beep a lot in Harrisburg? That was not a beepable situation.
No.
That was just a no big deal. Away you go. That was really rude. Anyway, James was very unhappy with me, and I told him, I said, okay, so I'm wrong. So you bid 72, the person comes over the top at 75, you got to pay 77, or you could buy the other one for 77. At the very most, it cost you $5,000. What the hell is that? Which is very possible. But as he said, well, I would have waited till the last one. Okay, and what if you don't get that one?
Yeah.
What if you don't get that one? Now you have none. Now you can be super, Mr. Monopoly and shrewd and say, well, I'll just wait for the next one. There might not be any. That's how sales work. So I did feel bad a little bit that James paid $82, but I still think it was a great deal for what they were going for. And he's a young stallion, on fire right now. It was probably the right place to be. So overall, another day we got to watch Steve boil over. Great comedy. I apologize. I should have videoed it because I knew the second the hammer dropped and I turned back to look at Steve, something was going to happen.
That's such bull.
No, something was going to take place. And I should have known that. So I apologize because I should have had that for you, especially after watching the display from the day before. We're going right to the Starbucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I apologize, but it was extremely comedic. We had a great lunch and talked about it. Steve made a steal buying a brood mare. Actually, I might buy a piece of the broodmare with him because that was a great buy.
Oh,
Great buy. She's beautiful.
we shall see.
So, another great day at the sale. I ended up with a stallion chair. Some people said, I'd like to buy into that stallion chair. I don't really, it's just for us. That's our mare's. It's our stallion chair. It's mine. So, that's not going to be up for sale, I guess. But Amy's pastor, Stephen, will definitely be up for sale. What's his name again? The Priest. That's a great name, too. Nice horse. We didn't pay anything for him. Paid $8,000 for him. For those of you that are Indiana clients, you got an $8,000 horse because nobody bought any shares of the Indiana horses last year. You're on probation. You got an $8,000 horse and it better sell out. If it does, we'll talk about next year. We'll get something a little deeper next year. But for right now, we got the Priest. So that is not my 8th yearling. I had 7. Amy bought 1. We have 53 yearlings in the stable now officially. So with that, a great day at the office across the board. We had a wonderful dinner. Should put the dinner in its name, Bacco. Right? Is that how you say it? Bacco. Bacco. Fantastic food in Harrisburg. Nice little Italian restaurant downtown. We had a great supper. We had a great day at the sale. Steve got a broodmare. I got a yearling share, or a stallion share, and all of you got a nice Indiana yearling to officially close out the yearling purchases. Now, on till tomorrow, we do have some racehorses we're looking at. My concern is, so I told everybody I thought the sale would be a little light, and it was quite a bit light. I think, would you consider day 3 a bit of a bloodbath? I didn't watch all of it. You did.
Yeah, they tried to spin it, but yeah, I think it was
A bit of a bloodbath. And that'll happen from time to time. The breeders are going to take they're going to take a beating once in a while, and they're going to give it out most of the time. And this year they were the stick, not the carrot.
They'll get it back.
They'll get it back for sure. But tomorrow is a different story. Somebody said, oh my God, what a year to buy a racehorse because the sale's down. It doesn't work that way. These are 2 different beasts and 2 different groups of people. The people that buy racehorses are not in the same frame of mind as the people that buy and sell yearlings. This is 2 different planets. The yearling sale is over. The yearling owners and people and sellers and buyers, they're gone for the most part. Now this is racehorses, and you're not going to get many bargains here at Harrisburg. We're going to probably look for a horse like Locatelli or Looks Like Money. I don't know that I found one in the sale. I saw a couple, but there's one horse that kind of fit the bill. I think he's going to go for way too much money. I got my eye on a little bit older pacer, I think. Maybe he's 3, I'm not sure. A pacer that'll fit the bill for us. But again, that's around the 50 to 60 range. I got a couple of project horses that I got on my list. Horses that, not one is a 1, not one is a 2. Maybe show some breaks on their official lines. And they might be on my list also. And then one horse that I think I know what he's worth. He looks like he's worth it, and if he goes for that, he too will be coming home for us with us. So I'm going to send an email out tonight to everybody, and it might actually do a much shorter video just talking about the racehorses. But I want everybody to know I will need everybody to speak up and say if they're interested to buy any racehorses. The last thing I want to do is go and spend $120,000 or $130,000 buying 3 or 4 racehorses and have crickets when I come with the tickets. That rhymes. You see what I did right there? Crickets and tickets. Anyway, it has been a wonderful sale for us. It has been a wonderful year for us, and you know what? It was a wonderful day for us. So I'll talk to you all very soon. I will do a little short video just outlining what we're trying to do for tomorrow in Harrisburg. Take care.